Oh, I need 67 hours to recover.
I'm really just being fussy here because this is an awesome camera. Morning, Trainiacs. We're currently in the day known as Sunday. 3 days past when I did the boot camp workout with Jesse Itzler, the Living with the Seal guy, and I am sore. I am sore. Like everything, still sore. That's what I get for trying to show off and capture attention of the group. Damn it, why did I have to go showing off my fitness like that? So today's run with the gang, it's probably gonna be a little bit shorter than they do. In that weird in-between temperature where it's too cold to go like just t-shirt or even a long sleeve, but it's also too warm for this probably. And I got no in-between. Wait a second. Did I get this wrong?
Yeah, that turned out longer than expected. Oh, I need 67 hours to recover.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
This isn't a different thing. I cut my own hair every week. And I have for a bunch of years now. Because if it comes down to spending $20 or like whatever fancy people spend on haircuts, or spending that money on a bike, you better be damn sure that that decision is very easy. Now the trick to an effective haircut that you've done yourself is to just accept that you have one hairstyle and sometimes it ain't gonna look very good. Ooh, oh boy, oh boy. The blend does not look good. Many of you asked, does a beard make you slower swimming? I don't know. I know it makes me cooler swimming.
Are you gonna leave in the part when you yell at me because I don't do it right?
Yes.
Trainiacs, you should know what a pain in the shirt he is.
There is no shirt pain. You gonna tell him about the time that you shaved all the way to the top?
I did not.
Just because she let her mind wander? So
See, every time he tells that story, it goes further and further over.
it was like here.
No, it wasn't.
And that is how you save several $100s a year for triathlon gear. Thank you.
Shower curtain back up that you pulled down.
One eternity later.
Put that shit there.
All right, let's talk about how I intend to proceed with this vlog. All right, for those of you that have been around for longer than a week, you'll know that I started off this vlog on February 1st with a GoPro that was Jimmy rigged up to have some better audio, and then last week I started using this, the Canon G7X Mark II. That was the GoPro Hero 5 that we start with. As much fun as this camera is, it is not the most user-friendly, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to continue vlogging with this thing. I like it, but I also don't like it. These are the three main cameras that I've used for vlogging since setting up. This is the GoPro Hero 5. Anything that wasn't here in the office, I did on this with a mic on top. The reason that I got rid of this is because it's just not meant for shooting constantly. It's meant for being outside in perfect light, not really having any audio. It's meant for action sports, like being on the front of a skateboard. I was really just asking too much for it. So then recently, I figured, all right, I'll grab the Canon G7X Mark II. And last week I was like, oh, hey, really good quality. I had mentioned a couple of times, I was very happy with it. You very quickly hit record, you got a selfie screen, look at that. Like right now we're recording, so we got a selfie screen here. I can see what's going on, what's in focus. It's really easy to stop it. Boom, close it up. Then all of a sudden it goes in my pocket, and when I want to pull it out, let her rip. The reason that I went for this and not the main cameras that we use here in the office, this is something that you would be more familiar with from Casey Neistat. This is the Panasonic Lumix GH4. They just came out with the GH5. This is the older model, does 4K. It's got the selfie screen, it's got a mic input. This is where you would see the really good quality stuff that's been in the office from. It's got a wide angle lens, so you can get it really nice and tight in and an immersive feel, but it's bulky. Like you can see that compared to this. Which one do you think is easier to carry around? Now, the problem with this that I've found very quickly is a few things. Number one, the picture quality that comes out of it isn't consistent. You know how when you walk down the pool my beard turns orange? It'll go from orange to brown to black, back to orange, and all of a sudden getting the color right is really tough. Then secondly, the focus on it, oh God, like seriously, Canon? So when I want to be authentic and just talk to you guys without thinking about it, I can't do that because I've got to pull it out and then I've got to wait for it to find my face. In that few seconds that I'm waiting for it to find my face, I'm also waiting for what I'm gonna say. So it feels like I'm stumbling over my words with that. And then secondly, the wide angle on this is kind of wide. It's not nearly, whoa, it's not nearly as wide as this. And I like that because I wanna show you all of what is going on in my life. You get to see the entire room, and as I look back at the footage, I'm like, oh man, that feels so much more like I'm sharing all of my life and that you're right there with me. Okay, so I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna carry this around for a while and we're gonna see how cumbersome it is to use. Part of the issue with this that I foresee happening is that it's what's called a micro 4/3 sensor. And what that means is that thing in there is so tiny that it doesn't let a ton of light in. So when I get into low light, it gets a little bit grainy, but it's definitely gonna be better than what you've seen me have with this. And then the image stabilization is a little bit shaky. So the plan is to use this kind of like moving into a house and before you renovate, living in it and seeing how it works. I'm really just being fussy here because this is an awesome camera. We shoot all of our client work on this. There's really no reason for me to not like it. I'm just looking for the perfect vlogging camera, and frankly, it doesn't exist. But all that said, the footage that you're gonna see from this is gonna be way better than anything that ever would have happened with that, and anything that ever would have happened with that. So get used to things being kicked up a notch, Trainiacs. Later.